Broadcasting from the heart of Blue City Capital, our scriptwriters are working around the clock with White House publicists and unelected global organizations to gaslight you by using good-looking and soulless puppets to deliver the messages we want you to believe. This is Blue City News.
Good evening and welcome back to Blue City News. I'm vapid alcoholic.
And I'm abusive narcissist.
Breaking news. Just hours ago, a large ocean liner collided right into the bank and securities tower, causing the massive skyscraper to be evacuated. Nepotism Air is on the scene.
I don't look shiny, do I? Oh man, check that out. Damn girl, you're killing me with that ass.
Nepotism, you're live. Can you hear me?
That ass is juicy. I totally want to
We're sorry about that. We'll come back to him once we get those technical issues resolved.
This infrastructure disaster is just the latest in what critics are calling the results of bad leadership and misplaced priorities.
That's why we have Gay Transportation Secretary here with us live via satellite. Thanks for joining us, Mr. Secretary. I appreciate you taking the time for us. All this criticism of your leadership seems unfair. How do you cope with the stress?
That's a good question. You know, it's hard sometimes. Everyone is always expecting me to show up to work and do my job, so I try to get massages and manicures. Sometimes I go shopping or fly to some random island. It's not easy, but what the American people really care about is that I'm gay. My sexual preference is my whole identity. People can be comforted that their transportation secretary has sex with men.
It must be so hard for you, but you're not alone. I'm so sorry to ask, but what would you say to the American people who feel they are in danger?
I don't know. Climate change and white supremacy.
Okay, I'm told that our feed to Nepotism Air is working again. Thank you, Mr. Secretary, for joining us. We go back to Blue City Bay Live.
I'm down here in the heart of the chaos where a massive ocean liner crashed right into the 40th floor just hours ago. Workers at the bank and securities tower had to evacuate, and many are in a state of shock.
I'm still shaking.
I knew this was going to happen.
There's a lot of confusion and chaos among the survivors here, with many asking how this could happen.
They installed a jet-propelled ramp aimed directly at the building just 2 days ago and painted a bullseye on the side of the building.
Some conspiracy theorists are pointing the finger at the diversity ramp just recently built to celebrate our greatest strength, saying there could literally be no other purpose than to launch ships into the air toward downtown. But officials are dismissing that as white supremacy talking points.
It makes me sad that people are blaming the jet-propelled ship-launching diversity ramp for this tragedy. I don't think this is the time to inject politics. Clearly, this was caused by white supremacy and climate change.
Officials here are optimistic that they can get the diversity ramp repositioned to aim at Pfister Sports Arena in just a few days. As for those in the bank and securities tower, the death toll is still being tallied, but hundreds at least are in need of urgent medical care.
You can't feel safe anywhere.
Federal emergency response teams are on the scene. They have set up care stations where they are handing out pamphlets on proper pronoun usage and how to avoid microaggressions.
We're doing everything we can to turn the tragedy into an opportunity to educate people. Pronouns matter, and to anyone watching at home, this is your fault for being white. You need to vote to give us more money and restrict your freedoms, or more of this kind of thing could happen.
So make sure you pick up your pamphlet here at the disaster site, or you can visit the website on your screen to make a donation to your corrupt politicians directly. With WSA-10 Blue City News, I'm Nepotism Air.
With this tragedy adding to the national death toll caused by white supremacy and climate change, the White House has vowed to send $200 billion tax dollars in aid to Ukraine in response.